presentation to you, or I don't like calling it a presentation. I prefer to call it how I take you through my journey. I want you to decide and then to commit and also be focused on what you do thereafter, and then succeed in whatever you want to do, right? And mostly it's all done with food and the right nutrition and exercises, but I will take you through that. So first, before I go any further, because some of you will ask, geez, he's got an accent. I do. I'm originally from Holland. I came here as a teenager. I still speak my language fluently. I write and read it fluently. And there's a couple of things in Holland where I'm not very good at is pronouncing the V's and the F's in English. So when you hear me speak on some of the tricky words, you'll think, oh my goodness, what is she saying? So they are the two things. So getting that out the way, let's get going, shall we? Okay, so 5 tips for improving mental focus. I really want to help you with this one here. So the number one is living a life of clarity and energy. Who doesn't want to be energized? You know, we all do, right? The other one is you are the message, because you are. And number 3 is visualize the professional that you want to be. Number 4, stay on top of your game with your fork. Yes, you heard that right, with your fork. And number 5, supplement the right way. Now, also, please stay here because I'm going to take you through the journey, but right at the end, I will actually show you right at the end what my journey was all about. So I will show you some personal slides, which I do not share freely online. So I will share with you. So number 1, living with clarity and energy. So what do? You know, how do you really do that when you first start out? And some of you may not even be a member of USANA. Some of you just guessed it out of curiosity. You want to get online and you want to see what this is all about. And that is all good too, you know, by all means. Any questions afterwards, always refer to the person who invited you here today, because you may have more questions, you know, and, you know, I'm only too willing to help. So number 1, living with clarity and energy. Focus by raising your vibration through lifestyle and, you know, and energy. So how do you do this? You know, you may say, well, how do I raise my vibration? So if you had, say, a pork chops and some potato wedges, you wouldn't feel energized, would you? So I'm going to take you through that journey. So the other thing is, you can always do a 7-day jump start every couple of months to stay in that energetic feeling. And then once a month, do a 7-day detox program as well. And that increases your microbiome, which helps support your health all the time and your gut. This particular one here is really, really important. So it doesn't matter if you don't want to do a jump start every couple of months. Definitely do a 7-day detox every month, because this helps your microbiome, and you know what, it gives you incredible clarity of mind. And the other thing is create an exercise program. Now, you don't need to go to the gym for a couple of hours and wear yourself out. There's really no need for that. You know, you can go for walks. I see Margie, for instance, she goes about for walks all the time. I use a rebounder trampoline, again, for different reasons, but I also do a little bit of dancing, you know, so in house, you know, so that really gives me incredible energy, because you really stimulate all your cells to a better you. So that's just an amazing little program. But do what you love. If you don't want to sit on an exercise bike, well, then don't. Do something that you love. Go a bit crazy, put some music on, a headphone on, and just dance your life away. I mean, I'm serious. I love to just sing, you know, that really energizes me as well. And it's great for your mind to focus on something else, right? So this is really a personal one, but I want to touch on this because you are the message. So what do I mean by that? You know, like adopt a useful attitude such as warmth, enthusiasm, confidence, and, being nice to others at the same time. Be good to others. But just by, you could be just shopping, and just it could be somebody really, really looking down. Just your smile alone can lift somebody. That's such an important part. When the girl stands behind the checkout, be enthusiastic to her and ask her, my goodness, it must have been a long day for you. Always start the conversation. You don't have to talk about anything else. Get your enthusiasm going that that you really care, because you are the message. Can you imagine that particular cash out person or the checkout operator? She sees you walking back in the store the following week, and she'll say, oh, here comes that lady. She thinks that I'm good. But things like that, little things, and be resourceful and helpful. So what I mean by that, so when you first get together and you become part of the Usana family, and you may just be a customer, always be helpful. Like us as a team, and we have a particular event going, I never have to worry about the setup, because the girls around me do it with them. When they bring guests, they automatically help as well. So we always have some food, a cup of tea, cup of coffee. We do healthy foods. We show them what healthy can be. And we always bring food that energizes and not wear you down, So that's being helpful, the little things, by tidying up. Because, again, you are the message on how you treat yourself. And walk the talk. I said walk the dog. Walk the talk. If you feel that you could shed, say, a few kilos, get onto the 28-day program. You don't all have to look like a model. That's not who we are, because you are unique. But every now and then, just simply go on a 28 or a 7-day program and really hold your head up high and walk the talk. And by adopting a healthy lifestyle. Nothing works without you adopting a healthy lifestyle. And continue to be a product of our product. For the ones that are here that using all our products, when I go to your bathroom, make sure that you have the right shampoo and conditioner. Some of the shampoos and conditioners are out there are very harmful to your body. Everything is transdermal, and make sure that you use the hand wash. I always use my shower gel, and I mix that with a little bit of water, and I reuse that as a hand wash, because you're not putting any nasty chemicals on your body. And to me, this is the most important part, to continue to be a product of our product, because it does make you feel incredibly energetic. And visualize the person that you want to be. So for me, when and I will tell you about this a little bit later on, I was quite ill when I went away to Son of Eve. And I phoned Suzanne Waitley in, San Diego. I phoned her, and we met up with her. And, we had morning tea with her. I've always admired this woman on how she helps and treats other people. So I've always aspired to be like her. I'm my own unique person. I don't need to copy her, but I just simply wanted to aspire on how she did it. And it was just an amazing conversation that we had. And she stayed for a couple of hours. So that was really encouraging. So projecting a professional image that you require, so that you are always ready to focus and be ready to conduct business at any time at all. Once you're able to do this, and it doesn't happen overnight, nothing happens overnight, but that you're always able to start to talk about something. If you're not sure, you can always refer to a third person. And always remain and maintain a sense of calmness. I wrote these words late last night, so forgive me for back the front sometimes. And inspire others to follow you in your footsteps. That this is the most amazing part that you can actually do, you know. Always be calm, but inspire others. We don't have to tell others, just inspire them. And assess your own attitude, you know. And let me tell you a little bit of my own personal story. So I love our customer service, but there was always one person, it's just sort of always aggravating a little bit. And, you know, I realized, and I talked to myself, say, you know what? I think you need to change your attitude. And I did. I came from a different angle. And now this relationship is really, really just perfect. So that just shows you what you can do by you shifting your attitude. And that was, to me, the best experience I had so far for 2022, that I proved to myself that you can change any relationship. And then avoid negative attitudes and behaviors, meaning if people start to gossip or complaining, turn that around. And, you know, even, I can't remember, was it, I think it was Micah Caheas who said some people wanted to talk about, if the bottle changes or some packaging changes and people want to complain about it, think about something positive, you know. There's no need to complain. You can give feedback, but not complaining. Hostility doesn't work. And being rude to someone doesn't work at all. And feeling superior, leave that out, because we are not. We are all one, and we are here to help each other, you know. Being angry doesn't help, full stop. I don't need to even go on to that one. And pessimism. So all of this put together, and just visualize the person that you want to be. You may have someone that you aspire to and you would like to be similar to them towards business or health, and just follow what they do. And in Australia, I have Anette. I highly admire this lady because of the way she conducts herself. And whenever they see me, they always include me as well. There's no superiority in there at all. So beautiful. And it energizes you to feed of others. Now, stay on top of your game with your fork. I don't know why I am stumbling over my words at the moment. Okay, so here we go. What is on your fork is an important part to stay focused. This is so important, guys. Just to have a pork chop, and don't get me wrong, I'm not having anything to say bad about pork or anything like that. But you try and think, you know, we are made up of trillions of cells, and they are really relying on what we eat to stay healthy. So I always say, what if we had a little magic key that we could open here, open our part of our body and have a look inside? Is our pancreas, liver, all the other organs, are they happy on what we eat, or are they crying out to say, can you please don't give me any more of that? And that includes many things, you know. So Dr. Wentz is really very particular about these particular things, right? So make sure that you have a balanced diet with protein, carbohydrates, and good quality fats. These are just so important, that help slow your body down and do what it's meant to do, is feed your cells, sending your cells the right nutrients. So what I want to really talk about this particular part as well is by eating the wrong way and thinking that by taking the USANA supplement, or any supplement for that matter, that's not going to function your cells at all. You know, you really need to stay focused on the food that you consume to get your whole body singing in synchronism, right? That all needs to be done as well. And because, why do we supplement, you may ask? And mainly because the nutrients in our soils are totally depleted. So we need to supplement. So whatever foods that you may eat, that you, and you be short at least 50% of the right nutrients to feed your cells. Hence, we use supplements to fill the gaps that we may use, right? So for me, I learned a lot in Genevieve when I went to Genevieve, and I'm about to show you. So this is Genevieve. I've been here twice, but the first time I went here as a very, very sick person. I had ovarian cancer. I had just recently joined USANA. It was only a couple of years, I think. And I wanted to go, and my husband felt at the time this was the time to go. This is where we found Susan Waitley, and she met us at San Diego, and we just talked it through. And she gave me some brilliant advice about do not focus on all the materialistic things. She said, first focus on your health. And she said, get your cells right and listen to what they have to say at Genevieve. And she says, in the end, you tell them that I said that they have to give you all the recipes in the booklet. And you know what? At the last day, this is what they did. I've got so many things from this beautiful holistic hospital. Plus, I got all the recipes. To this day, I still use the recipes from there. Most of it is all plant-based, but because I am a celiac, so I can't have any grain, really. I'm not good with any grain. So they did also give me some eggs for the extra protein as well. And see the ocean there? That's what you look out on. It is perfect peace and the most amazing way to get yourself well. They teach you how to eat. They teach you to chew, and you need to chew 22 times was the minimum. And you couldn't drink, but halfway through the meal, they would bring you your supplements and a small amount of water, about half the water I have here. So you would be allowed to swallow your tablets, your cell essentials, in between the meals, not after, not before, but during. And they explained how in your stomach, which is only as big as your fist, how your supplements in your food, once you really chew it properly 22 to 25 times, once the supplement hits it, it mixes it like a big cement mixer. It then goes to your bloodstream after digestion, of course, and then to your cells to see what they need, what your cells need at the time and time of day, whatever it may be. That's how it works. So I learned so very, very much from this hospital. So I did go back again, and I have also booked to go again one day soon. I have put down a deposit to go there because I think, because of my 2 cancers, the most beautiful part of my journey was this here. So after that, I also had breast cancer, and between my doctor and myself, we decided to do double mastectomy. And I've never looked back. And also what they do at Genevieve, they also look at your whole program on, where did my stress came from? Because my cancer came from stress. And the most beautiful part was that they deal with this and they talk to you and, get it all out, and exercise program. It was just amazing what I learned just about stress alone. So that was part of my journey. So if you supplement the right way, it really will help with clarity and your lifestyle. It really does. So what I use, what I would like for you to try this out, is the cell essentials. They are 2 bottles, and I'll show you the image afterwards. 2 bottles is the one product. And that's the base for you to get healthy cells with a good lifestyle, good food, good. And then, of course, the Biomega, which is omega-3. And you may say, oh, but I eat fish twice a week. But then I always like to say, well, what sort of fish do you eat? And some people tell me I eat organic fish. Now, organic fish really means that the fish is being farmed at some pond. And that is organic, sure, but they feed, and I've seen it personally up north when we went to Cairns, how they feed the fish with pellets, and the pellets are full of wheat and full of so many chemicals. The fish eat on this, they thrive on this, they grow bigger because, you know, they don't have to look for fish for their own food, they get fed the pellets. So I'm very happy to say that our omega-3, as in Biomega, is so pure that you really need this just for good brain health, you know, to support your brain health. Great way to do it. And the other little thing is the probiotic. That's my little probiotic. I love my probiotic. That really helps with good gut health. And what they taught us at Son of Eve, especially with myself, because I was part of the oncology little group, is to take the probiotic last thing at night. So just before bed, in a little water, stir it a lot and just drink it. And while you're sleeping, what happens is the good flora actually replaces the bad flora, because during the night you don't eat. So that's the good part. A really good tip for you to take a good probiotic and do it at night. And then I like this particular one here, the Copper Prime, and that is for brain health. It has a, what do you call that one? A nootropic in it, which helps with great cognitive health and brain health. So this is a really beautiful product to take as well. I've been a big fan of the ginkgo biloba, which we had for many, many years. And when we changed over to this one, I have really felt the difference, really, really have. So that's a beautiful part to, this is just a few little products that I wanted to share with you that helps you in the right way. Okay, this is the picture on the left. When I went to Son of Eve, this is what I looked like. I had no color in my eyes. I had no color at all left in my hair, nothing. And I was only 43 kilos. My journey was about 5 years to get then to the next stage. And this is what I am now. So I wanted to share this with you just by changing the way you feel and the way you feel lethargic. You can imagine how sick I felt at that particular point. And I was. But when I came home, I still talked to people. And you can imagine some people looking at me with big eyes thinking, how can this woman talk to me about health? Look at her. And I felt that, and it was really true. And there were days that I could not speak properly because I was just so ill. So, you know, everything helps. So these are my 4 products, the Cell Essentials, top left-hand corner, the Biomega next to that one, and it's all 1 month supply. And then the little box is the little sachets of probiotic. I just chopped mine off so I could show you what that was like. I was going to stir it in a little cup, but I won't do that. It's a bit messy. And then the one there is the one on the right-hand side is the Copper Prime. Really beautiful products to take. And then if you help enough people to get what they want, you get what you want. I had to put that in because just becoming you, who you are, and because you are unique, you're not broken. You don't need to be fixed. You just need to change the way we do things. And you don't have to see the whole staircase and do all the things I told you all in one heap, but just take the first step. So I thank you very much for listening. And I thank you very much for being part of this. I have to stop sharing. And then any questions, please feel free to ask me any questions. I am here for a few more minutes, so I'm happy And all you need to do is just click your mute button and unmute yourself and ask me questions. So you're all healthy?
Hi, Annette.
Hey, Helene. I'm sure
Hi.
that's your voice.
Oh, it is. Yes, you've done well. I was just wondering, you said to start off with one step at a time. What's the best thing to start with in that first step?
That's a good question. So for me, I always say, first of all, to change your mindset, to start the Cell Essentials and Probiotic. And then really start to read the books on who you want to inspire to be. So if you want to do something really specific, or you want to become a dance instructor, learn how to do that, do one step at a time. I have done a lot of personal development. So I started with myself with personal development. It's just simply what I wanted to do, and without personal development and going to Son of Eve, I wouldn't have been able to go through what I did, because I was actually the victim saying, I have got cancer. I actually took that label on board by saying, I've got cancer and, poor me. So I had to get over that one. So I dare say, starting with the Cell Essentials and Probiotic really helps your gut health. And at the same time, what it also does is then it encourages you to take the next step by doing some personal development. I'm high on personal development. So get yourself a book. There's so much out there.
Thank you, Annette. That was a lovely presentation. Well done.
Thank you, Helene. Anybody else? At least Sarita's got her camera on.
No, I realized I have been taking the vitamin supplements after my meal. So you recommend to take it during the meal?
That's what we've been taught in Son of Eve. Yes.
Okay.
During. So it acts like a big, cement mixer, and it just helps a lot better. So if you do happen to have a fatty meal and you take your supplements on top, it wouldn't be as effective. So it was definitely, they brought it to you during, but you could not have a full glass of water. It was a small glass of water.
Oh, so you have it in small. I take quite a few of the supplements, but I can't swallow many in one hit.
Neither do I.
So I have to take two. Okay.
Yeah. So what I do, also what I learned in Son of Eve, because I was so ill, right? I was very ill. I almost lost my life. So what they taught me, so I take a little bit breakfast time, right? And then a little bit mid-morning, and then some at lunchtime, and then I take dinner time, and then I take my active calcium, magnesium at night. So break it up, and your body will be very, very grateful for that particular one. So I always break them up.
Okay, interesting.
But it's up to you, your choice. But try it out. If you
try and spread up the supplements that we take for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But always take your Cell Essentials Biomaker with your main meal. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Very, very helpful.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions? No. How are you, Margie, in Perth?
Fantastic, Annette. And that was a great presentation. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Margie.
And love to see you thriving.
Yes, yeah, and much more clarity than what I had ever had before, So I always say I am now 35 years old this year. Now, you may say, well, how did you get that? And I want to share this with you before we shut down. So I nearly lost my life, and the doctors, oncologists, did not expect me to live here in Australia. So once I came back from Son of Eve and I changed my lifestyle and I started to come good, I always say, well, I'll give 20 years for growing up, and it's now 15 years that I've been living this way. So I'm really only 35, right?
Wow.
Wonderful way to look
All
at it, Annette.
That's
Yeah.
nice. So you were 45 when you were diagnosed with ovarian cancer? And now it's 15 years later.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, no, a little bit longer than that. Yeah. I was a little bit older than that. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
That's like the story of William's wife who had cervical cancer. I think William has just left, but such an amazing story.
Yeah.
During her pregnancy, she found out she also had cervical cancer. And but they didn't do the chemo because she was pregnant. And then the baby wasn't thriving. And her friend introduced her to Usana. And that's when the baby started to thrive.
Yeah.
And now the daughter is 8 years old and she's all in the clear. So when they called her back after the pregnancy to check on her cervical cancer, it was clear. So the health pack and all that potent nutrients actually started to kill off those cancer cells, we think.
But it's not really that, it's really feeding the cells with the right nutrients. You can't go wrong.
And made it
it's
healthier.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by you now. That's the first one I've heard of the cervical, and now with the ovarian cancer. So nice, so blessed to see you here.
I am blessed.
15 years later, yes.
And it is my faith, without my faith, I wouldn't have done that either. But when you go to Saint-Aviv, it's the most beautiful, beautiful hospital where, they pray with you. They do also, it's just such a beautiful environment. Yeah.
Very nice.
Special.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So, if there's no more questions,
Thank you so much.
Speak to you again. Thank you. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Annette.
Bye. Soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.